Hey, this is Donnie with Survivor Knot. How's everybody doing today? Hey, what we're going to go over today is how to make a standard Cobra Bracelet Solomon's bar using two colors without melding the ends together. Okay, so all we're going to do, you know that every inch of this bracelet is going to be a foot of rope. Okay, so I've already pre-cut my rope to 4 feet of black and 4 feet of green. So I'm going to take my buckle, okay, and I'm just going to feed both ends up through the bottom of my buckle. So I'm going to determine what size bracelet I want to make here. So I've got my trusty ruler. So I'm going to bring my ends out to about 9 inches. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to first start my first knot. So when I first start my first knot, I'm going to loop with my black, and I'm going to bring my green through there and cinch it up. Okay. So now I'll show you guys. So my black is always going to be my loop. So I'm making a loop here. I'm taking my green, catching my black, and then feeding it through my loop. So then what you'll have looks like a pretzel. Okay? And then I pull it tight. So you can see my two ends are just dangling here. Okay. So then my loop is always going to be black. So I make my loop, catch my green, and bring it through my hole. And then pull it tight. Okay. So my loop is black, catch my green, and bring it through my black. So all I'm doing is walking down the bracelet. Make my loop, catch my black, and feed it through the hole. There's my pretzel, and I pull it tight. Okay, so here's the secret sauce. So if I know that every inch of this bracelet is a foot of rope, so here you can see in between there, you need to start packing your rope. So take your fingers and pack it in. So any imperfections that you have, any knots that you didn't pull hard enough, it's going to finish everything up. So make my loop, take my green, and feed it through. Okay. So all I'm going to do is walk all the way down my bracelet. So what I'll do, I'll put about 3-4 different knots in here, and then I'll keep packing. I'll keep packing as I go down. Okay. So now we're to the end. Okay, so how am I going to finish this? So all I'm going to do is separate my buckle. Okay, I'm going to take my 2 loose ends and I'm going to feed them through the bottom. So what happens is my loose ends are underneath my bracelet. I'm going to make my loop with my black, feed my green through the hole, and I'm going to cinch that down. So then what happens, I have my 2 loose ends underneath the bottom of my bracelet. Okay. So I'm going to put a couple more knots in here. And what happens is I just caught all that cord. Make another knot to get my end of my bracelet. Then I'm going to remeasure. So we're right at 8. Alright. So then this way I can pull on these 2 ends to seat my buckle close to my bracelet, or if I need a little extra room, if I need it to be a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, anything larger, I can pull this out and put a couple more knots in. Alright, so here's some more secret sauce. You want to cut your tails. So we cut our tails to about 1/4 inch. Alright, so all we're going to do as a horizontal burn, I'm just introducing heat right above that melt. And then I'm just kind of letting it roll down. And then I flip it over and I do the other side. And I just roll that down. So there's no stamping, there's no pressing, anything like that. So all that this does is creates like a little volcano. And when the lava is rolling down the mountain, it just makes a little small button. I don't have to worry about overburns, burning my bracelet, anything like that. Okay, so what are we going to do with these little guys? All I'm going to do is cut them fairly flush to the bracelet. Okay, I'm going to introduce heat right above it, and all this is doing is kind of cauterizing that little extra rope. And this is where you have to be careful, okay, because any shift in the flame can melt your bracelet. I'm going to wet my fingers, smooth them down, and here we go. So it creates like my little notch there. I've got my little melts right there. Put my buckles back in, and everything's good to go. Alright, well, if you guys have any questions, comments, get a hold of us, www.surviveornot.com. Make sure you like us, make sure you share us, and look for some more videos. Alright, thanks. Have a great day.